Hey, Hanmi. Stand with your feet under your hips in Shizen-tai. Feet parallel under your hips. Okay? Straight down from your hips. Your middle toe is your axis you use to determine the vector of your foot, whether it's pointed straight or not. Okay? Shift your weight to the midfoot, which is here underneath on his sole. When you do that, you're going to bend your knees and your pelvis so that you get a slight cant going forward. Your chin goes back though. This is too much cant. So you should be grounded. Put my weight on that middle foot. There you go. Okay? Come on. There you go. So I'm pretty hard right now. And he can stay there without the bracing angle. For Hanmi, what he's going to do is simply turn to the 45-degree angle. So leave your feet where they are and just turn everything and point this foot at me at the 45. Okay? And this would be Hanmi from here. Same thing. Okay? So stay there. Then we'll come around. You can see this feet angle. We use Shizen-tai to find Hanmi. Okay? Some differences from normal Aikido, which is wrong Aikido. We'll orient east-west now, okay? Is people will be, put this foot too far back. So it's wider than his hips. You see? Hanmi is the stance you adopt at the beginning of Kihon Waza. And it has no task, no assigned task to it. So you don't want to look for bracing. You don't want to look for projection. You're looking for neutrality. Okay? And your most neutral stance is Shizen-tai. So this Hanmi is Shizen-tai without it being offense or defense. So Hanmi means half body. So when he takes that 45-degree angle, the width of his body gets reduced by half. So he's neither offense nor defense. If he's at full width, he's at maximum offense. If he's at the most narrow width, he's at maximum defense. So there's a neutralness to the Hanmi stance. So I don't want to have a deep stance because I'm not bracing. He could probably take more force externally this way than he could externally with the Hanmi I just gave him. But because he's going to reconcile force internally, it's irrelevant. All that he gains from that deeper stance is he's now more stable and less mobile, not neutral. Okay? So when we do Tai-no-Henko, I'm just in that stance. That's just where I'm standing. Okay? So my weight distribution is 50-50 at the offering of the hand. So he goes back because I'm trying to be neutral. It's not until I move into the technique that I start, now you have a task to do, move and shift your stance according to the task. So he has spinal penetration, and you'll see me go from neutral or 50-50 weight distribution onto the back leg, right at contact, okay? Some other differences, we'll go back to you, is a lot of people when they do Hanmi, wait, I gotta fix you because you don't know how to do this, is they want to be on that tightrope. So I would like for you to put your arch of this foot on that line, the arch. Okay, and then point this at a 45. And then they want this heel to be, I know, just slow down, let me control you please. They want this heel to be on the arch line. Okay, and then they just step out to get some depth. But this is way too narrow. Okay, it's not natural to his body. So for example, don't, hold this up for me please. Don't move your feet. Just turn your feet so you're in Shizentai. And you can see this is too narrow for his hips. Okay? So no, we don't do that. So when he goes and gets his hip line, fix the stance again, there's his hip line, and then he goes to the 45. Don't worry about east-west, just go to the 45. Turn it to the 45. Turn this foot to the 45. His heel line is not on his arch line. He keeps the hip distance for his body because that keeps him neutral in terms of which directions he can go, which of the eight here in air quotes, because 8 represents all directions, okay? He's more neutral, he can go in many more directions than if you start sticking him on a tightrope. Certain directions become a little more difficult. So if I'm on that tightrope, the 4 o'clock angle becomes much harder for me to fall onto, okay? Or to move onto. So we don't get on that tightrope, okay? Okay. So this foot takes that 45, this one takes the 90, so it's pointed at the person. All right, and because he has the midfoot vector, you're gonna see he has to bend his knees, he has to bend his pelvis a little bit, and he has to cant that torso a little forward. A beginner mistake is that the eyes always pull the head down. So no, the ears have to go back. So his whole face, I'm gonna do this, there you go, you're kind of there, all right? So careful of that the eyes are not pulling and rounding the top of the spine here. Okay? And now if I push, he should be midfoot. I should not be able to push him over. Okay? Good. All right, stay there. You have to be careful that this foot is not rolled. This is going to feel weird to you. They're rolling it in. So the arch is caving. And that the knife edge here gets light or even comes up. But even on some people where it's light, do you see? That's incorrect. The arch should not be taking that pressure. Pick them up more. Your knees have to stay in alignment with the hip, knee, foot rule. Okay? When your arch caves in, the knee comes in, it's out of alignment. Where are you? This knee's in. He has to keep the arch up to keep the hip, knee, middle toe alignment. Okay? Okay. So, no. Keep that alignment. Okay? No alignment. And then watch that ankle angle that it's not here. Because my knee cannot go past my toes. The max that I can do is knee to toes. Okay? So when he's pushing here, I don't have to be like this, Tristan. Okay? Because we're not moving and I'm not projecting. My knee is not where my toes are. Okay? Alright. Let's watch those things. Try it. So he's pushing harder. You can push however you want. Okay? He's pushing his hardest, and I'm just hanging out here. I don't need to have this to do that. Okay? Try it. Okay, so I had my first progression where he's pushing as hard as he can, and I ground that, okay? My next progression is when I feel any compromisation, as soon as I sense it, I will now do the turn of Tai-no-Henko. And I will do it with my quad. Like because my hip, knee, and foot have to stay in alignment, that front foot at the 90 is going to go back to the 45. Okay? And I'm going to do this when I feel like, oh, I'm going to lose it. Okay? So I hold here, he's driving, I feel that, and then I move. That's our drill right here. So I'm here in Hanmi. He's driving, I feel I'm going to lose it, and I turn the claw. He's driving, I'm going to lose it, I turn the claw. Driving, turn the claw. Load, turn. Okay? Now, when I am turning to maintain in this drill my positional integrity. But when I turn, I maintain my organizational integrity. So I'm here and I turn. I don't want to go here. So here my hand is moving independently of my quad. Same thing here. And same thing here. The hand went first. My quad turns the hand. So careful. This is what I'm seeing, Sean. Is your hand goes, then the quad goes. And so when the hand goes, you feel like that pressure that's disturbing you is slightly off angle. Do you see? And now we do this. What I want you to do instead is the quad moves the hand. Quad moves the hand. Different, okay? You can hear he doesn't hit the ground as hard, so there's not as much weight on him. The inertia is not as hard. You see, somewhere in there, energy went out. And I don't know if it'll be on camera, but his grip came off too, because the adhesion is going to go away, okay? So don't do that. Don't go. I can stay in place more if I bring the hand here and then go. No. Here, claw. Here, claw. Okay, try it. Go. So as I go here, which foot is grounding? So there's nothing on this foot. okay? So I don't want to turn and shift my weight onto it. I'm on the back foot. There's nothing on the front foot. He's pushing as hard as he can. Nothing's on the front foot. And so that's why the front claw can turn. We ground on the back foot. Stay grounded. Claw turns. Don't go here. Do you see you're clashing now as you try to go back forward? And that foot is being pinned because you brought your weight to it and you're trying to turn it. You try to step on it and then you try to turn it. The friction on the foot is going to hurt your knee. You're on that foot and this claw turns. You're on that back foot, claw turns. Okay? Boom. Drive in. Wow. Boom. And when we're here, he comes around here. It's the same. I'm in that same position. He's pushing, and he's not going to push me over. I'm not over here, and he gets pushed, and I knock me over. Even though the energy is going around me, the radius has kokyu. He can't come into me. Yes, he's going around me, but he can't come in. He's gonna feel that base, the same grounding. So make sure you're not just here, which you will always be off here when you go like that. And he pushes me, you're gonna see he'll push on that. We can double pivot. So don't double pivot. Don't double pivot. Single pivot, turn. Integrity to the outside, back onto the midfoot. Okay, try it again. Okay, so usually why people do this stuff or even this stuff is because they're using the external. And the same thing goes with the reason you're double pivoting on the 2 feet like this and this weighted foot is because you can't do it on one foot because you're not doing the internals, okay? But in order to turn, you gotta let go of one foot. You can't double pivot, okay? So I am on that foot, and then it's easy. I just turn, okay? So we go on now. I'm here, okay? And then I enter on the turn. So my foot isn't gonna be straight. My foot's not gonna be straight. The claw keeps turning. The claw keeps turning. So on the back foot, claw, enter on the turn. Because the claw turns. It doesn't go here. The claw turns. He keeps going around me. Boom. 1, 2. Boom. Boom. So just like as I'm here, eventually I'm going to be here too. Same thing. We're going to do it in 2 steps. 1, 2. 2 steps. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, try it. Okay, as I have 1 and 2. How much circle you do here is how much structural integrity you feel you're going to lose. Okay, so if he's not going to push me over. This arm's not going to be structurally compromised. Even though he's pushing there, he's not going to do it. Do you get it? But let's say if I did, it would start to look like that. You see? So before it goes here, before I lose the quad elbow line, that's where I would enter. And I would enter so that I could keep it. Okay? So in other words, like, I don't need anything here, right? I don't really have to turn. I don't have to turn. I'm right there in Tai-no-Henko. If I felt like I was going to lose that a lot, I'd add more external. I'm going to lose it a lot. I have to go way over here to get it. Okay. If you do, you have to obey the single point pivot rule and the foot, knee, hip rule on this line. So we'll go a little slower, lighten the load, okay? So as I feel like this is gonna get compromised, this is gonna get compromised here, this foot is gonna turn. And then I can step back straight. Okay. Don't go like this. Don't go like this. This foot turns, so that means weight's gonna go onto the right foot. That foot will turn, and then I can go back over here. Ooh. It's on the left foot, and the right foot can turn. I need to turn the right foot more so that my weight goes to the left foot. Turns, and then I can step in. Okay? Let's try that. So as we go, if you pay attention, if I need a great rotation here, I had to shift my weight onto the right foot so that the left foot would be free to rotate. Only then can I enter and obey all the rules of the foot, knee, quad line. And if you pay attention, when I shift my weight to the front foot, the right foot, I'm going behind him. Okay? When I'm here like this, and I double pivot, I'm not yet behind him. If this even worked, and it doesn't. So you're actually going to do that one more time. Here. You're going to shift your weight onto this foot and rotate. This foot is ready, is weighted, and so this foot can now move. And you're in Tai-no-Henko. Do it again. Boom. Turn. Turn. Me into the turn. Step up. Single pivot point. Turns. Single pivot point. Turns. Me. Single pivot point. Turns. Tai-no-Henko. Here. We're going to do it slow like this. Okay, let's try it. 1, 2, turn, boom. And you're going to shift your weight onto this foot. Okay? And the hip is going to turn that foot. And this leg just comes straight back. Boom. turns. It's irrelevant now, okay? Don't go turn. Turns. Don't turn. Then step back. Go back a little. Okay? Don't turn. Then step back. And don't turn with your line of gravity between your feet. Boom. Up. Boom. Shum. Shift weight. Don't push with that heel, Sean. Okay? It's 1 foot turn. You're turning the quad. Quad turns. Okay? Boom, turn. Okay, try it. Alright, so we'll just look at that last turn. So you don't want to double pivot. There's no double pivot. You also don't finish the turn at the end. The turn is already finished. The turn already finished. And the leg goes straight back. Not turning. Stop. You just smooth it out. Different. Different. The turn is very tight right here. Tight. 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 And then this leg just goes straight back. Okay, try it.